This is JMR Geography for Lesson 3, Annunciation. Today we have some movement taking Mary from Nazareth down to En-Kerem, just to the west of Jerusalem. We're going to be working with three different maps. Regional Study Map 3, NCA, Northern and Central Arenas. Regional Study Map 4, SCA, Southern and Central Arenas. And Map 6, Jude. That's the heartland of Judah. Before we take a look at these regional study maps, I want to show you a special map that Biblical Backgrounds has recently put into one of its gatefold products. And you can see here the terrain in a real 3D presentation. And so we're going to be studying the hill country and making our way through the hill country from Nazareth on this Nazareth Ridge until we get down to Jerusalem. I'm going to be asking you, though, how might you think she would have traveled? Through the rift, through Perea, through the coast, or straight through the hill country? And we're going to end up choosing straight through the hill country. Once you get past Shiloh in this hill country, and you emerge from all of the valley systems of Samaria, you get past Shiloh, you get onto the ridge route that divides between drainage to the east and drainage to the west. And so you're staying on the ridge route to stay out of the severe canyon systems on either side. All right, we'll put this aside and bring on Regional Study Map 4. The first thing that you're going to be marking on this week is going to be the hill country. Mary goes to a village in the hill country of Judea. And so we're going to have you highlight the word hill country. You're just highlighting the letters as they're spread out from south to north on the map. Hill country. Just highlight the letters. Locate what we call, or what is called, the hill country. In the Hebrew scriptures, it's called Hahar, the mountainous area, the hill country. And then I have you highlight Judah. So that's some of the work you'll be doing on Regional Study Map 4. You'll do similar work on Regional Study Map 6. This is a detail set within that southern and central arena map. And so we're again highlighting hill country, we're highlighting Judah, and then we're going to have you working on the northern part of the map. And so as you're here, I'm going to be asking you to learn the exact position of Beit HaKerem or En-Kerem. And we're going to use two sites to do that. You're going to find the site of Zobah. You're going to find the site of Ramat Rachel, possible site for Beit HaKerem, Ramat Rachel, and you're going to lay a straight edge there. And halfway between, or not quite halfway between, you will locate a blue spring, and you'll note that the dot of En-Kerem, this is the spring of En-Kerem, the spring of the vineyard, and then the dot of En-Kerem lies just to the north of that. And so I want you to pay attention to that because you're going to need to place that on your other two maps, the NCA map and the SCA map. So now we're turning to the NCA map because that map takes us all the way from Galilee, down through the hill country, and we get into Jerusalem and Judah itself. So here, let's just illustrate what we did just prior to this. We located Zobah and we located Ramat Rachel. We laid a straight edge between those two dots, city dots, and then we located the blue spring dot, and just north of that blue spring dot we placed En-Kerem. Most of your marking this week is going to be tracing a route from Nazareth down through the hill country to Jerusalem. So as we go, we're going to be discussing some of the historical events that are located at these significant sites along the way. And perhaps some of these historical events were working in Mary's mind as she was pondering the fact that she was bearing the promised son. When we get down to Jerusalem, you get opposite the city dot, you're going to be drawing your yellow out through the second S of system to your city dot of En Kerem. You'll notice, well, I do discuss the fact that we don't have a black road running out there. You can read about that in the instructions, and Nazareth also is an isolated place without a good road running through it, and you can read about that in the marking instructions. But when we get back then onto our Heartland of Judah map, the last thing that you'll do in terms of marking is write Mary's visit here. I had written it on Regional Study Map 3 and it was so crowded, I went ahead and asked Mona to write it here, and she wrote it very nicely. Mary's visit, Luke 1:39 through 56. Well, that's pretty much the marking for this week, and we will hope that you enjoy getting your fingers on these maps.